Well, hello there, YouTube. Check this out. At the moment, it stopped raining. It's actually starting to tack up out here. Although when you look at the weather, you're looking, oh, is this going to be a nice spell for a minute? So, yeah, you look at the weather and guess what? It shows it's raining. And our phones keep going, bloom, rain alert, rain in 15 minutes. Rain will continue for the next hour, whatever it says, And, well, the last few alerts, it hasn't been raining. Be nice if it kind of did what it wasn't supposed to do and dry out. Yeah, we got flowers growing out here. I see a red cable moving around out here. Could this be a Miss Sasha? She? What are you doing? Huh? How's my girl? Oh, it was a year ago today that Sasha went to the hospital. You guys remember that? Can you believe that's been a year ago? And she's been, kind of a special diet and these probiotic things and stuff that she's been on ever since, and she's doing great. Every once in a while she's a little stubborn and doesn't eat, but she doesn't get the upset stomach all the time as she's eating grass. You mongrel. That back lawn is something else, boy. It ain't gonna be dry enough today to mow it. I wish I had the time to do that yesterday. Man, I'm pushing that K1600 around yesterday. I somehow or another tweaked my back. And it was after I didn't notice it as I was doing it, moving the thing around. But when I stopped and I was putting some stuff away, I go, I think I did something with my back pushing that bike around. And Tim's like, why are you pushing that big old heavy thing? I said, well, I'm not going to sit there on it running and go reverse, forward. I push them around all the time. They are a handful to push around. People complain about Harleys being heavy. There ain't no Harley that's as hard to push around as a K1600. There's some other bikes that, specifically R18s. I think there's some Kawasaki's and stuff there that way when you push them around, but I don't think those are even made anymore. The big old 1700, whatever they're called, they're big touring bikes. That's a handful of bike to push around. But anyway, whatever the case, after I did that, my back's been tweaked. And it's going down my left side. It's like it got me in the back, like above my left hip. It's crazy. But anyway, I got something to show you, because Monday, the Redcat Ascent Fusion is showing up. So there's things I was going to play around with the VRD stance. But I had this clicking transmission, drive shaft, something that's going on. I'll explain to you right quick, so hang tight. So in celebration of the Redcat Ascent Fusion showing up on Monday, I was going to play with this, but first I wanted to look at it because increasingly every time I drove it, I get this tranny clicking sound. SCX 10s and stuff like that are famous for that sound, but this one is worse than I've ever heard it. So I get the thing up and flipped it upside down, and I'm running it, and I'm just slowly, obviously, holding the drive shafts. Well, I can hold the rear one, and it doesn't make the sound at all. And I reach in, of course it's upside down when I'm doing it. I reach in and grab the front one right here, and it's coming from the CV, coming out of the why do I always lose the name car terms for everything? The transfer case, which is actually kind of part of the transmission, because this one runs the spur, pinion and spur, and the drive shaft comes across and then runs the transmission from there. It's very simplified, the coolest setup ever. But anyway, I had to pull the the motor, it's got that bash plate on the bottom there. You pull it off and look down in there. The daggum thing's like corroded and rusted. I'm like, what in the heck's going on there? This wasn't, you know, this is the ready to run version. Well, they call it the stance. That's actually just, that's a body cover, but because it's a ready run to run and they use the stance body cover, it just got the name stance. So otherwise it's just a VRD kit. And the differences being the carbon fiber frame, which actually is quite a bit of stuff here, it's a plastic link here, it's metal. This is just a spacer. The motor plate is billet. It comes with a billet bearing holders for the transmission and stuff in there. It's worth buying the kit, because the reality is, it comes with no electronics, so you need a receiver, a motor, and a servo. Well, the only thing I haven't replaced of those three is the receiver. I always put the motors in. I put that big honking monster servo in there. So I did everything that you'd have to do to get the kit. So, and it comes with a lot of cool stuff. But anyway, that's what the clicking was. I mean, they still have a little noise because it's a CV joint, and the way it works, it's just it's a pin running across there. And what it was doing, and you can make it do it manually. I can't get the focus on it. They click back and forth. And I looked up some stuff, and people were going, well, you need to take the two shafts, the output shaft to the front and the output to the rear, and you'll need to line the pins up, and that'll make the sound go away. There's only one problem with that. That thing's got almost 30% underdrive for the rear. You can turn it upside down and watch it turn. The front wheel's turning, almost 30% faster than the rear. It's always going to be out of a line. So if you had no under or overdrive, when they say underdrive, it's always the rear. If it's overdrive, it's always the front. If you underdrive the rear, you're creating the effect of an overdriven front wheel, because the wheel's turning faster on the front. It's great for crawling, makes them steer better and stuff like that. Just regular, SEX 10s, just putting 10% overdrive on the front, just night and day steering difference. But anyway, go out there and tinker with this a little bit. I don't leave my batteries hooked up. I was just in here. I was going to go out and play with it anyway. Doing all my testing. So, anyway. Well, I guess between bouts of rain and the grass isn't totally soaked out here yet, take the old VRD for a quick little romp. That's crazy that CV joint was kind of corroded up like that. See a little bird back there in the background. Do love the sights and sounds of spring. Pardon me, nose being all stopped up. Got myself a little bout of hay fever this morning. This thing and that Redcat's going to be the same way, because the first thing everybody's doing is comparing the Redcat Ascent Fusion with this thing, and they're almost a dead ringer. Essentially, they are. The Redcat costs less money though. This platform's been around for a few years. The ready to run version is brand new. It's cool though. Hit that pole, it's just going to try to climb right up it, wasn't it? The back tire's going to do it now. Oh. This thing sure is cool. Redcat's going to be the same way. Just as cool. That Fusion Pro is probably overkill for this truck. It's so light. You need them for rock crawling. They need to be as light as they can be, but the weight distribution has to be such that you know that it's front biased, so it'll roll over. Well, I haven't had anything that can do that yet. I lost traction on it because I lost the right wheel. Yeah, the right wheel's falling in a hole over there. There we go. Now we're getting the front thing to bite. One thing about that servo, the danger of that thing is if you get it in a bind, you force it, that thing's strong enough, something's liable to break. But, you know, super fast and powerful. That's what you want. Well, hello, my little lovelies. You know, for a bit there, it's one of the telltale signs that the roads are dry enough out there. they're my guinea pigs, so to speak. People pull their Harleys out and go for a ride. You can always hear them going by. There's tons of Harleys out this way. You know what's funny about that? Is I hear so many of them going past the house all the time. But other than stopping at the gas station, because everybody puts that ethanol-free super down there at the, well, I keep calling it the Napa store. It's not the Napa store anymore. But that's where I run into them, is at the gas station. Or going past the gas station away. Occasionally you'll pass them on the highway. But yeah, when you hear them running around, you go, time to go ride. But my next ride victim was gonna be the Himalayan. I haven't ridden that thing in a while. I feel good to feel. I think that thing sure does run good. I'm surprised the top end power it gained quite a bit, and that was way flatter on the top end than the 350 was on the top end. They're both kind of flat, you know, and they're not really meant to be ridden that way anyway, I don't guess. But anyway, overall that thing is just a jewel, an absolute pleasure. And so is this one. But I find myself, you know, you just naturally find where the power's at, and you tend to ride there. Hey, you're on the power way more often on this thing, which is fine. But anyway, a quick thing. I did a check. The tires from Redcat that I'm gonna, or the wheels that I'm going to use with the Traxxas tires. It's sitting in Troutdale, Oregon, and that's usually the hub that it's sitting at before they send it to work at Vancouver. So, and they're on schedule to show up on Monday. And the Ascent Fusion rock crawler is in Twin Falls, Idaho. And its next step will be Troutdale, and you know, still got, you know, tomorrow, the rest of the day and tomorrow, And that last thing in Troutdale was at 8 something this morning, so it's probably on the road and on its way. So that'd be cool. Looking forward to Monday. It's gonna be Redcat Monday. It's gonna be hard to play with the Marksman and Traxxas wheels to set that thing up when I have that Ascent Fusion. I'm excited to play with that thing. But anyway, I've got the car. I walked over there to the little area out there, and I was going to play with it for a couple minutes, and I'll talk to you there. But I was getting something for Kelly out here in the garage, and thought, got camera on hand, I'll chat with the boys and girls. All right, here we go. That Danny's chewed all the way through. He's standing over there like he's like looking at me and then looks away. It's funny how the dogs, they get old enough, they realize they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Goofball. Well, I don't have to worry about this thing fitting the poles. That's all I was running out here was 1/10 scale. And you got the 1/18 and the now 1/6, and things get a little different. What a riot. So much fun. Now I'm going to have another good quality crawler come Monday. I'm pretty excited about that. And I can get Kelly out there and we're going to play around and do some comp stuff. Not that we have a clue what we're doing, but we'll have fun anyway. It's nice. It comes with the Fusion motor. It's basically a version of the Fusion SC, which is more than powerful enough for one of these. You don't have the full features of it. I was looking at, you can download the manual and stuff for it online, and you don't have all the controls. You can't change the BEC, the voltage. It's locked at 7.4 volts. So you'd have to do something different. There's definitely ways around that. You can add a BEC, which is no big deal. But I think on that, I'm gonna hang with Mom. She's in there doing her craft stuff, and I'll find little things to tinker with, as will she, and we'll say goodbye here before the rain comes back. Hopefully no time soon. But thanks for hanging out with me, talking about trucks. Yeah. Well, hello there, YouTube. Look at this. It's still staying nice and not raining out here.
I know it.
Now, of course, it gets towards the end of the day and blue patches are starting to show up.
Yeah, it could have gone for a ride.
Yeah, at least the Supercross races up in Seattle. Hopefully the weather's the same up there as it is down here.
Yeah. That's not fun when it's all muddy.
No, that's a mess.
Yeah.
Man, we've gone to some of those. Of course, we've gone when the Kingdom was still there.
Yeah.
Didn't get wet in that one.
Nope, it's kind of covered.
Yeah, nice and covered up. But anyway, we had a very relaxing day. Mama doing her little crafty things. I'm fiddling around the little hobby stuff. Good time.
Chill.
Just very chill. Very relaxing. An ASMR day.
Yes.
But I think on that, we're going to bounce out on you.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give her a thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful Sunday or Monday.
Heck yeah. All right. See you tomorrow.
See you in the morning.
All right. Bye-bye now.